along with drug prohibition. And I think people don't really understand that until they address the root cause, prohibition. We're going to continue to see things like Home and Square, like civil asset forfeiture, confiscation, the cops turning into thieves on the street. And we're going to see SWAT teams that are breaking into people's homes with no-knock raids, injuring many innocent people, and way over the top even for the guilty people. That's the thing that I'm concerned about.
Well, that's why they want to bring tank bullets into the equation. They want to have this huge MRAP tank-looking thing with a red cross on the side, so you, the victim, at home, minding your own business, can feel better knowing that after they drive down your wall and they come in with this no-knock raid and storm in and, you know, essentially start throwing flash grenades into your family, into their rooms, they have this huge MRAP there that's going to protect you after they've come in and destroyed your entire life.
Well, you've got to come back tomorrow, but there's a couple of lawyers that you're going to talk to, and those didn't pan out. Is that correct?
Well, tonight at 6, there's supposed to be a protest right outside of Rahm Emanuel's facilities where he operates out of. We're going to go out there and try to talk to some people. Maybe if the lawyer that we were supposed to talk to today, he gave me another number to another lady who works in the same department as him. She had a client who was actually held at Home and Square and was beaten and punched. If she gets in, she's delayed in Denver for snow. If she can get in tomorrow, if we have a chance to talk to her before we leave out of here, we'll try to do that. But other than that, one of the things we talked about today, as well as we asked people, do you actually think Rahm Emanuel had knowledge of this black site, you know, this operational black site on American soil? And if so, do you think it'll have any kind of effect in this mayoral election that's coming up, the face-off in April? And most people said, I think it should have an effect on the outcome of the election, but they said, I don't think it will because Rahm Emanuel's been there so long and he's so embedded in the city that they don't think there's really a chance that he'll lose and he'll still be there.
Yeah, he probably knows where the keys to the voting machines are as well. But, yeah. You know, I guess that brings up a question. If he didn't know about this, what does that say about his competency and about the corruption within the police department that's underneath him? I mean, where does the buck stop? We had once we had a president who said the buck stops here, took responsibility for those who were underneath him. But now everybody wants to say, well, I didn't know anything about that. I have plausible deniability. So it directly reflects either on his incompetence or on him being essentially a crook who allows this to happen.
Yeah, one of the common reactions we got from people, as soon as I mentioned Chicago PD, they would go, oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about this. I'm good. So most people just don't want to talk about it. They'd rather sweep it under the rug. Meanwhile, we have American citizens at Home and Square, and God knows how many other facilities like it, being tortured right now at this very instant here in America.
Well, it sounds like people in Chicago are afraid of the police. If the stories that are coming out of Home and Square are true, and I believe those lawyers, I believe the people who came forward about that, if that's true, they have reason to be afraid. You know, when people are afraid of their government, that's tyranny. And so that's essentially what we see going on there. Well, we'll stay tuned for your reports, see what happens with this thing tonight at Rahm Emanuel. I guess it's a demonstration. Is that what it is?
Yes, sir, exactly.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Joe Biggs, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here in warmer Austin.
Yes, can't wait.
All right, take care. So the question is it just one site? Is it just one city? Perhaps it is. But we see increasingly law enforcement being under centralized control out of Washington. We see that they are setting the training, the agenda, the methods, the tactics, the equipment that they're given. All of it coming out of Washington, and of course, Obama himself is from Chicago. That should make us all concerned that it is not limited to this one area. We'll continue to investigate. At this point, it looks like we've got more questions than answers. Well, that's it for tonight. If you're not a Prison Planet TV subscriber, please consider becoming one and supporting our operation financially. It'll allow you to share the news as it happens each Monday through Friday with up to 20 of your friends, as well as have access to all of Alex Jones's documentaries. Well, that's it for tonight. Join us tomorrow at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new INFOWARS Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You are watching the INFOWARS Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. And your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.